Alright, so there's two 3D platforming series that are very special to me, being Crash Bandicoot and Banjo Kazooie. Crash Bandicoot being my first foray into the genre that I enjoy quite a bit. And I didn't really play Banjo Kazooie till a bit later, but to see an entirely different take, I guess you can say, on the formula, and for it to be just as good, if not better, than what I was already really enjoying with these games, was mind-blowing. And I like Mario 3D platformers, I like Spyro, among others. But Crash and Banjo will always just have a little bit of an edge just because they were my firsts. And that's why I push so hard for them to both end up and smash together. We're halfway there, although knowing my luck, Crash will get in as Banjo gets cut. But that's sort of the context needed for my impression of Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. This is my first Naughty Dog game since Crash Team Racing, so it's been a while, and I felt right at home. Like, it's a small detail, but seeing that Crash-like font in the main menu brought a smile onto my face, and hopping in and pressing circle and seeing a spin attack, I knew from that point that this was essentially Crash 4. Which I guess thinking about it isn't too surprising. This is probably a modified version of the engine they were running, and it definitely feels like, when you're playing it, gameplay-wise, like a Crash Bandicoot game. Granted, maybe I'm wrong, but I could have thought that spin was square before, and it's circle now, and that you roll now instead of slide, but it's the same functionality, and that's triangle now, but I kind of thought that used to be square. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, though. And even the theming of the game, outside menu font, sort of having that tribal island-esque vibes that Crash also has. But then, the best part, though, was seeing that where it feels and looks like Crash, level design feels like Banjo-Kazooie, where it's a more open area collect-a-thon. And I remember seeing a lot of people wanting to see what a Crash Bandicoot game would feel like with that approach, and you kind of got a bit of a taste of that in Crash Twinsanity with some of the open area hub worlds. And Crash Mind Over Mutant kind of did something similar, but the gameplay was so radically different at that point that it didn't even matter. But if you wanted to know what a Crash Bandicoot game would feel like with that approach, I mean, this is it. Honestly, too, I felt the levels in the game just kept getting better and better, too. With one exception, I believe being Precursor Bassin. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but it was the level where you played exclusively on the hover motorcycle vehicle thing. And the only reason I didn't like that level was because for whatever reason it made me motion sick. I don't know why. The level design was fine. The other vehicle levels, didn't have that type of reaction from me. Some of the other, levels did have sessions kind of like that too. I don't know if it's because it was all at once, or I kind of felt like the camera was positioned a little higher than usual on that level. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Maybe that's what happened. Or just, having it all at once without a break. It was weird. I pushed through it. I got 100% through the game. This was actually my very first PlayStation Platinum trophy. Technically, I was playing through because you can get the trilogy off of PSN for $10, which for this game alone is a steal. But I backed it up and was playing it on RPCS3. Hence why you saw the compiling shaders thing in the bottom corner earlier in the gameplay. But it's not tied to my account, but I did 100% in platinum it. And my only complaint, minus whatever happened with that one level, is honestly, I just wish there was more. I wish, I don't know, the levels were bigger or there was twice as many levels or something. But hey, that's what sequels are for, right? Surely that's what the second game is going to do. It's just going to build upon what they did so perfectly here. That was, such a special experience for me. Yes, I know that Jak 2 is essentially nuts and bolts of the Titans. But, playing through Crash and playing through this, Naughty Dog has my trust in, quality. So we'll push through, give it a go, even if it's not exactly what I want going in. Luckily, my expectations are sort of tempered accordingly. I guess it's a bit of a double-edged sword because, I wish I played the game earlier, but at the same time, I at least sort of know more that the sequel went a different direction than I would have known if I played this when I was younger and not have known to really, research into it. But yeah, that'll be an upcoming topic here.